Very much, Paul. Thank you very much for having me tonight, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen if that's okay. Now, I'm hoping everyone can now.
Yeah, that's fine.
See that? Beautiful. So,
it's just gone black on me. So can someone else confirm? That's better.
I work for McCallum. McCallum Disability Services is the parent company, and we're based in Ballarat and St Arnaud. I first met the guys from Breeze back in 2017, I think it was, and they've helped us with a number of projects, which I'll go into very shortly. But first, I thought I'd give you a bit of an introduction as to who McCallum is. So McCallum's a not-for-profit organisation. We were founded in 1953 by Robert Austin McCallum. He sadly passed away back in 1982, but his wife is still with us. She turned 101 on Monday. So she's a remarkable woman as well. So when we were first founded, it was mainly focused on providing children with disability and their family support. That lasted until about 1980, where the Department of Education actually took over the child support of people with disability. And that's now what we know as the Ballarat Specialist School in Gilly Street. So that the special school wouldn't have existed if McCallum hadn't started in 1953, or it would exist in a different format right now. So from 1981 to present, we focused on providing adults with disability with support. So we provide, in Ballarat and St Arnaud, we provide over 400 people with support, and that's a range of different things. Accommodation being one of them. So that's accommodation in our own homes that McCallum own, and homes that are owned by the government. We also offer day programs. So people come to our centres and they do activities in groups. We offer in-home support, so one-to-one support. So you might have a son or a cousin or someone who requires some help in the morning getting ready for work or something like that, and our employees would come in and help them have a shower, get brekkie, get into a cab and head off to employment or head off to their day programs. We also offer employment, and we employ about 120 people with disability, and that's soon to change. We're about to merge with BRI, which I'll talk about in the next slide. But we employ about 300 people, full-time employees across Ballarat and St Arnaud, so we're a large organisation. And we've noticed since COVID that there's been a massive increase in demand for support services. And that's due to a few things, but one of the larger reasons is because we've got a lot of the people we support, they look after, or their parents still look after them, and a lot of them are aging. So some of their parents are in their 80s, in their 90s, and they just can't, they figured out through COVID that they just can't take care of their children anymore, who are 40, 50, in a full-time capacity. So we've actually had a massive increase in demand in the last 18 months. So as I mentioned before, McCallum is about to merge with Ballarat Regional Industries. So a lot of you may have heard of BRI. That will be approved at our AGM, or it should be approved at our AGM next Thursday. And then that merger will start as of December 1. That'll add a further 250 employees to our organisation, and it'll offer massive benefits for the people we support, because it'll be a fully integrated service then. These people who are working for BRI in the employment space, that's the only support that access to integrated services such as day programs, accommodation, and things like that. So our revenue for this financial year should exceed about $30 million, which is about 100% increase on 6 years ago. So we've grown massively in 5 years due to the NDIS. So we've got a new strategic plan that's coming out, well, be approved at the AGM as well. And it's based on a number of pillars, but the main ones are around specialised housing. So there's a huge demand and a lack of specialised housing in Ballarat and the Central Highlands regions. And we're also working on one of the other key pillars, which is young adult training and work experience. So you'll see the picture there of the golden opportunity. So this is a concept that we're about to launch in the coming months with the Golden Nugget, where we will actually set up our own roadside trailer selling the Golden Nuggets product, but training our people that we support in money handling, food handling, customer service, and the like. So that's an exciting project we've got coming up very shortly. So why I'm here tonight to talk to you is about the help that we've had from Breeze over the past sort of 4 or 5 years. And there's a number of major projects that they helped us with, and a smaller one. But without Breeze, we would not have been able to, or we wouldn't have delivered any of the 4 projects that you see there. So one of them was a house we built in 2018, which John Van Ruden, who is with SV now, he was critical to that project, and he helped us reach a 10-star efficiency rate. Solar panels on the roof, but with his advice and his help, we also managed to reach 10-star efficiency, which was fantastic. And we just wouldn't have done that without Breeze's help. The second project was an installation of 40 kilowatts at McCallum Industries. So McCallum Industries is based in Sturt Street in Alfredton. And again, that was a government grant that we received, but Breeze helped us write the submission. And without their knowledge and their analysis, it just wouldn't have happened. We didn't have the resources at the time. And again, John Van Ruden played a massive part in that, and so did Peter Reid. The next project was 80 kilowatts plus a battery. And so that was, we've got an 8-unit complex in Alfredton. So that provided, I think I've got a photo on the next slide. Next one, it's this one here. So the units down the bottom here, you can see in red. So that's a solar installation there that was helped with Breeze, plus a unit in St Arnaud, and the St Arnaud unit also had a battery included in that. So it was an $80,000 grant that Breeze helped us receive. And the other one there you can see with the red box around it, that was a McCallum initiated project. That's 30 kilowatts that we put on our day centre. So I'll just go back a couple. So yeah, that's the McCallum HQ one, which we initiated ourselves with our own funding. So I thought it'd be interesting to show the McCallum Industries case study, the second install that Peter Reid and John Van Ruden helped us with. So it was installed in May 2019, and the government grant was for $49,500. Now the graph, you might not be able to see it and make it out too well, but basically what it's, and we've already saved nearly $26,000 in electricity costs, and obviously huge environmental savings as well. So like if we were to pay for it out of our own money and our board was chasing me up on a return on investment, it'd be very easy to prove to them that in 2.5 years, we've received more than our investment back. So really, really good stuff. And what that means is we can invest that money, that $26,000, back into services for people, vulnerable people or people with disability, into other services such as employment, accommodation, day programs, and the like. So that was really good. So that's the project I showed before. The other thing we're doing, it's not approved yet by the board, but we're working on an environmental policy as well. So that will mean we'll have a raft of deliverables in that, but one of them is changing all of our fleet over to hybrid vehicles. So if you can get your hands on one at the moment, I've been trying to order one through Toyota and they're telling me it's about a 12-month wait. So our fleet will slowly move over to hybrid, which is pretty exciting as well. So this is our latest house that we built. This house was completed in May last year. And this house is about to have 8 kilowatts of solar installed on it. And again, that's out of our learnings that we've had from Breeze. It's not a joint project with Breeze, but from the learnings we had with them with other projects, we're going to install them on that house in the next month or two. These two houses had their slabs poured this morning, and they'll be built over the next 6 months. These houses also will have anywhere between 6 and 10 kilowatts installed on the roof, as well as battery. So once we get all those solar panels will occur as well. And again, not that it's a joint project with Breeze, but it's initiated because of the help we've had from Breeze in the past. We've seen the benefits from it. And so they're really exciting projects that'll take place very shortly. And that's pretty much everything I've got.